Chapter 19, The Pact. While yesterday's George and Harold slept, George and Harold tried to figure out what to do next.
How are we going to explain this to our parents?
asked Harold. How are we going to explain this to ourselves? Asked George. Yesterday, George yawned and stretched, and as he rolled over his beanbag chair, he glanced at his pocket watch, then closed his eyes for back to sleep. Suddenly, his eyes shot open. "Oh no!" Yesterday, George screamed. Yesterday, Harold awoke with a jump. "We fell asleep!" Yesterday, George cried. "We slept from school! We slept for our test! We slept for..." Hey, who are you guys? Yesterday, Harold rubbed his eyes and looked at his twin.
"I must be dreaming,"
he said.
"Either that, seeing a double."
"Well," said George, "it's a long story." He and Harold told their yesterday's selves what had happened and quickly caught them both up on the events of the past 3.5 chapters. "Now what are we supposed to do?" said yesterday George.
We can't tell our parents,"
said Harold.
But where are we all going to sleep?"
asked yesterday Harold. "And how are we going to get enough food?" said yesterday George.
"And clean clothes,"
said Harold. Everyone was beginning to panic, except for George, who had a deep and thought for a while. George didn't seem worried at all. In fact, a devilish grin was beginning to spread across his face. "You know," George said, "maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe this is a good thing."
"A good thing?"
cried yesterday Harold incredulously. "Yeah," said George. "We've always said there's never enough time to do what we want to do. So let's take shifts. Me and Harold we'll start going to sleep and doing our homework, even on a number of days, and you guys will go to sleep and do your homework on odd number days." "Yeah, but what do we want you guys at school?" asked yesterday George. "Whatever you want," said George. "Hang out in our treehouse, play video games, make comments, watch monster movies. It doesn't matter. You guys could get to relax and take the day off every other day." "I get it," said yesterday George, smiling devilishly. "Then you guys can take a day off while at the school stuff." "Yeah," said George. Just think of the possibilities."
I don't know,"
said Harold and yesterday Harold at the same time. "Don't worry," said George. "It'll be great. We'll have twice as much fun as normal and only have the homework."
"Yeah,"
"Yeah," said George. "We could possibly go